It never fails. Absolutely never fails. I mean, I grew up that way. Born at Portsmouth Naval Hospital back in Virginia. Born, raised, educated, was married to, was military, still helping out with the military even now, and veterans and everybody. And yet, somehow or another, first of all, please like, share. Let's get this thing going. Why civilians can never, ever just shut the fuck up about matters of which they do not know. And this goes back to even my childhood being a Navy brat. You got these fucking civilian kids that have no idea what it's like to be a military kid, because it's different. It's different. And I mean, even military spouses get some kind of, I mean, because they deal with things that obviously regular civilian wives don't deal with. But even then, I've gotten into it with military wives that for some stupid reason think that they have their husband's rank. See, at least I was married to military and I was military. So there is a big difference in there. It's because I was already a military brat by the time I had married my wife, who was military, and then she was a military vet by the time I had joined the military. And she was also a dependent as well. She was a military dependent. So there are things that we knew that your regular civilians don't know. Anyway, let's get into the video because it never, I mean, long before any of this shit, YouTube, Facebook, MySpace, long before any of this shit, these used to be a lot of discussions just even growing up, talking to civilians compared to talking to military brats, military spouses, because fucking civilians just are dumber than dirt and think they fucking know shit, but they don't.
Getting for the week. My drill sergeant sense is tingling, but that can only mean one thing. Some dumb teenager is knocking the military on social media. But first, let me take a selfie. New year, same me. Oh, I can't wait for this little Karen in training to tell me all about the military. Please, inform me, little lady. Open my eyes.
So we currently don't have an active draft going on in the United States right now, but
first off, how about you get a shirt that fits and doesn't go over your arms like some sort of 5-year-old wearing your sister's hand-me-downs?
There's no active draft. We haven't had a draft since before I was fucking born, little lady. But I'm one of those people that I believe because I've got friends who were in the Israeli military. I believe that military service for fucking everybody should be mandatory for at least 2 years. I'll give you 2, at least 2 fucking years. That way you serve the goddamn country for people who have died. World War I, World War II. And let me point something out really fucking quick for all you goddamn snowflakes out there that with Iran, that we were going to have World War III. Do you fuckers know what a world war is? Obviously you don't. That was a rhetorical question. Obviously you fucking don't know what a world war is. World, as in multiple countries. Iraq had the most powerful military might in the Middle East, and we beat them like it was a joke. Like it was a fucking joke. Yet somehow or another, you dumbass piece of shit think that Iran is somewhere powerful. Iraq had the most powerful Middle Eastern military as far as a threat to the Western world, and we smacked them like they were a joke. We smacked them like whatchamacallit, smacked the fuck out of Cartman. He's like, come on, bro, bring it. We smacked the fuck out of Iraq like it was, like they weren't even there. Like they were standing still. just watching. And now you stupid young kids that were fucking babies back during that time, if y'all were even alive, now y'all think Iran is some kind of a fucking power. Iran does not even have nuclear weapons. And even if they did, they would have what? 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 missiles at the most. Do you even have any? I've got 2. My neighbor that lives behind me, him and his wife, and my friend's dad, God rest his soul, worked on the defense missile system that protects us and our allies. But no, you fucking piece of shit snowflakes don't know anything about. Do you not even know that you live in the most powerful country in the world? Do you? We have more resources than any of these countries, more import, more export, which is fucking awesome that Donald Trump reworked got rid of the fucking piece of shit NAFTA thing that we were getting screwed over. El Paso suffered greatly because of that NAFTA bullshit. And then, of course, the China deal. And I'm glad Donald Trump fixed all that shit because America first. We are the most powerful country. Why the hell are we kissing the ass of these other fucking countries while having us suffer? The people who made those deals are traitors to the United States because they're just trying to weaken us. Anyway, that's a whole other subject. Whole other subject. But I'm sick and tired of you fucking kids, you goddamn civilians that don't know jack. Even when I moved here to El Paso, I used to get into arguments with even the soldiers here. I used to get into arguments trying to tell me how much of a military presence that Fort Bliss is. And I'm like, dude, I'm from Virginia. I'm from Norfolk. The Eastern Fleet, the actual main base for our Eastern Fleet is there. Not only that, Fort Story, Langley Air Force Base, fucking NASA. You want everything. Growing up, my entire time growing up, every government, fucking Quantico is there. Every government fucking thing you could think of is right there. DC is fucking right there. Everything fucking government is right there. Hate to tell you, but Fort Bliss does not. I could go anywhere in Virginia, go all over the fucking eastern part of Virginia, and there will be MPs everywhere, military everywhere, any military, any government. There's NSA right there just driving by. Oh, look, there's FBI going right there. DEA, DEA going right there. I come here to El Paso where it's supposed to be a military presence. Yes, Fort Bliss is one of our biggest military bases, but military presence? Yeah, no. I could go all over Fort Bliss and not see one. And we've proven it. And not see one MP. Be like, what? Isn't this a military base? Why is there no military presence? I'm talking about being an entire weekend, like bowling tournaments, whatever that we're doing on base or whatever. And during the time when I was a civilian contractor working for the government, being on Fort Bliss, the only time I would see any military presence would be when I would go through the gate. Other than that, wouldn't see any fucking, like no military except for the people I was interacting with. Try go on a Navy base and see if you don't see any fucking military. You'll be seeing MPs, armed yeah, you will see military everywhere, on the base, off the base, just patrolling everywhere. So yeah, El Paso, it's just not a military town, not the way I grew up. But anyway, oh my God, fucking civilians. This shit gets me worked up. I'm medicated. I had spinal shots this morning. So highly still medicated with the shit in my system and everything, but yet my brain is still clear enough to point out dumb shit. I love this dude, Angry Cops, former drill sergeant. I love the way he picks on civilians because we've been picking on fucking civilians ever since I was growing up, picking on goddamn civilians that don't know shit. But as I said, like these fucking young kids today that take advantage of living in this country that fucking protects them, and they want to walk around like, oh, we don't need the military. Oh, we don't need it. We can lessen the military power so we can have, more money be available for student loans and everything. You want student loans and shit? Join the fucking military. But you do realize that's one of the reasons why we don't get attacked. But kids today are dumber than dirt. Kids today are fucking retards. The reason why we do not get attacked as far as the United States is because of our military and our technological might. That's the reason why we don't get attacked. You want to turn around and lessen the security that protects you. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? This is also coming from a person who used to be a former thief during the time that me and my friends were doing dumb shit. Grand Theft Auto, breaking and entering, armed robbery, all that shit. Who the fuck do you think we went after? Targets that could defend themselves? Targets that had security? Targets where it would be easier for us to get caught? No, we went after shit that was easy. Oh, wow, this is a real safe neighborhood, or at least they think it is. So most of those people actually left their keys in the cars. Yep, sure did. Left their houses unlocked. Yep, sure did. Didn't have any fences or walls around their property. Oh my God, do you really think that intelligent fucking kids who did thieving things, armed robbery, who do you think we went after? People who look like Jason Momoa? No, we went after people. We went after what was called rolling squids, because this is during the time that squids used to get paid with a paycheck. And then they would cash that paycheck and carry all their cash around with them and shit. Who do you think we went after? The squids that looked like they were fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme, or the cook, fucking Steven Seagal and shit? No, we went after the weak ass fucking squids that looked like they couldn't handle themselves, but were literally like flaunting their money and shit. Those are the ones we rolled. God damn, you fucking kids are stupid. Y'all are just dumber than dirt. You go after weak targets. And here you want to weaken the United States so we become more of a fucking target. Oh my God, you're fucking stupid. Stupid.
Biden's probably gonna stink just as much as that dookie you just took. Bet you that thing snaked around the bowl. Second, you look like one of those people that survived the Tide Pod Challenge. Let me give you a hint. Something you and your mother should have both listened to. How about you just swallow next time?
We do have something that we've nicknamed the poverty draft.
Poverty draft? Who calls it a...
Let me explain something to you, because this is something that we knew about. I grew up pretty much in the kind of neighborhood I live in right now. I grew up in a pretty much well-off neighborhood. My dad moved us into that neighborhood after he got out of the Navy. However, we still got recruiters that came to our school. And yes, here's the thing, you dumb bitch. We send recruiters to all of these schools, not just to the poverty-driven schools. We send them to, do you really think that we only want dumbasses in the military? Trust me, as a Navy brat, a Navy husband, and a fucking Army fucking veteran, do you really think I wanted to serve with dumbasses? Why do you think when I aced all of my testing, the ASVAB, all of it, why do you think when I had a choice of any MOS I fucking wanted? Why do you think I took military intelligence? Work smarter, not harder. Why do you think that I went that direction? I went that direction so I could still do a job that serves the military, but I didn't have to bust my ass. I had the intelligence to basically do what the fuck I wanted to do. I earned that right. Think I wanted to join to just be, I hate to say this, but be a grunt? Because I used to pick on those people. I did. Actually, I did that even before, just growing up as a Navy brat. I used to pick on fucking grunts. Just fucking dumbass soldiers who had no fucking intelligence to actually get a good MOS. Now, I was very, very cool and hardcore with the people who did who literally could choose any MOS they wanted, but they wanted to be all you can be. They wanted to be those kind of soldiers. Love those guys because they had the intelligence. They weren't just a bunch of dumb fucks that had no intelligence and they're like, just point me in the right direction. No, those motherfuckers were hardcore smart and hardcore here. Love those guys. My godfather, he was one of those. Charles Ballantyne was one of those. Extremely intelligent, very, very, very intelligent. But he was a hardcore soldier. He went that route on purpose to be a leader to those dumbasses who are putting their lives on the line for our country. I love those people and I fucking respect those people. Got a lot of my friends who did that, had the intelligence to take a much safer and easier MOS as far as to stay out of danger and everything else. But I mean, you get those people that they know we can't just be leading soldiers to slaughter. You know, you still need to have hardcore leaders who are out there still managing those guys to make sure we bring our boys home. But you dumbass civilians just sitting here just thinking you fucking know shit when you absolutely don't. But yes, we send recruiters to all of the schools, all of them. You're not just looking for, let me get into it because she's really not all there. She's a fucking tard.
Poverty trap. Who is this we you speak of? And why are you using air quotes? What is this, a 2020 remake of Clueless? Because you definitely are the star of that one.
The United States government has admitted to sending more recruiters into areas and schools where kids are poor and they have less of an access to education.
Whoa. That is absolutely not true. Coming from a person, and I hated it. When I found out, I think it was the year before this even happened, about being bused to these ghetto schools, I wasn't happy. I really wasn't, because I thought, this is as a person of color, I thought the teachers wouldn't be good enough. They're not going to have the right textbooks, that they're just going to be, because I went to 2 ghetto schools, and I just thought that my grades are going to fucking just start going down, because here I am going to go to these fucking ghetto schools, bust from the white neighborhood that I lived in, that I was going to go to these a lot of us felt that way. But I went to school for school. I didn't go to school to fucking play. I was one of those hardcore school people. School is a temporary part of our life. We grow up. Hello, we fucking grow up. We get jobs, we get careers. You know, we grow the fuck up. So these people who acted like they were career fucking students, you know, the ones, the class clowns, the ones that their families are fucking rich or well off, so they don't feel they need to actually, you know, do any actual school work, because why? My parents are rich, you know. But at least I knew that we still had better textbooks and better teachers. I thought, oh fuck, I'm gonna go to these get bused to these damn ghetto schools. So from 4th to 6th grade, got bused to these dumbass fucking ghetto schools, and I was already pissed off, like shit. My grades are gonna suffer because it's a ghetto school. And I was, if anybody's racist, I was definitely racist growing up. This is coming from a person of color. I couldn't stand a lot of my black relatives. Couldn't. I just couldn't. The ones who just like their life was just being ghetto or being country. You know, they didn't want to work for anything better. They didn't want to climb the ladder and do anything better with their lives. Their whole lives were about being country or being ghetto. Couldn't stand those fucking relatives. But then again, I also have a ton of relatives, a lot of my uncles and aunts and everybody that are fucking rich as shit. Hated them too, because they thought they were too good, because they had fucking money and power and influence and intelligence. I wanted people to just be good people. Why can't you just be good people? In the middle, just be good people. Whether you're poor and you're a good person, whether you're country and a good person, whether you're rich or a good person. Those relatives were like fucking rare. The rest of them were just wanting to only be fucking country, only wanted to be ghetto, or the other ones that just loved their fucking money so much they were better than everybody else. Hated both of them. But the thing is, they don't just go to poverty-driven schools. They don't do that. They don't do that. They go to all schools. They're not looking just for fucking jarheads and fucking dumbass, just robot followers of orders and everything else. No, they go to all the schools because we still need military leaders. It's not just a bunch of dumbasses. They're also looking for the next leaders as well. And the other point is, even amongst those poorer schools, you're still looking for people who, yes, come from that poverty area, but have the intelligence, have that guile, have that oomph to get out of that. Those people, I tell you right now, those are the people a lot of recruiters are looking for. People who come from hardship, but don't want to stay there. They have the intelligence and the guile and the know-how and that drive to move up. Those are the people they're looking for more than anything. Because you think we want to serve with the dumbass fucking, oh my God, butter bars, the fucking, just getting out. Oh, there was only one out of my fucking military time, one fucking lieutenant I ever liked. That motherfucker was hardcore from the ghetto. He was from the ghetto, busted his ass. We never dared call him a butter bar. That motherfucker busted his ass, black, from the ghetto, busted his ass. He was the only lieutenant that all of us fucking respected. And this is coming from my drill sergeants. This is coming from literally the enlisted and everybody. The other fucking officers hated this guy because he was an officer, but he was down. He was still fucking down. He didn't run around like he was better than everybody else. That was the only fucking lieutenant that any of us ever liked. Loved this guy. So they didn't want to just look for your white privilege or just economically privileged, officers and everything, because those assholes, nobody respects them and nobody ever listened to them, ever. It's like, oh, wow, yeah, so you went to OCS. Oh my God. Oh, here we go. Another fucking lieutenant who was fucking spoiled and shit. Oh, well, yeah, listen to what he says, and then when he leaves, we're going to do what the fuck we want to do. So, no, they don't want that either. So this bitch is dumber than dirt. They want those people who have leadership, but they also have that heart, and they also have that respect of all sides. Within the enlisted and within the officers. That's what they're looking for. Yes, you still need your fucking cannon fodder, but do you think we want to lose American lives? That's another thing that we don't want. We've never wanted that. Obviously, you've never watched any documentaries dealing with war. We have never wanted to lose American lives trying to take a hill, trying to take a position. We've never wanted to lose American lives. Nobody fucking wants to do that. But we should have a draft. Because actually, I don't think it should be a draft. I think it should be fucking just like the Israeli Defense Force. I think it should be mandatory, at least a mandatory 2 years. You want to live here? You want to take advantage of being here in this fucking country, in the safest country on the goddamn planet? You want it for people like us, not just our military, but our police, our fucking fellow veterans who will get out there and defend your dumbass lives? You piece of shit. I've told one of my best friends, shit goes down, I will protect your fucking dumbass by default. He hates the military. Hates the military. Him and I've gotten into it like you wouldn't believe. But it's like, you know what? I'll still protect your fucking ass because you're a dumbass. Here you are criticizing the military that helps protect you, gives you this safe fucking life that you get to live here and take advantage of, but you hate the military? I was like, when shit hits the fan, by default, us veterans, me, because you think we're not armed? There were a lot of fucking military. There were a lot of fucking veterans at that march in Virginia. It's not our military that most enemies need to worry about if you invade our country. It's us. It's us veterans that you're going to have to worry about more than anything. Tell you that right now. So for all this bullshit of my boy, like, oh, hating the military, it's like, you know what? We'll protect your bitch ass by default because obviously we're going to protect our country, our interests. So by default, your fucking ass is going to be protected.
You think they're gonna get out of poverty? Overwhelmingly concerned teenage Karen. You gotta drive down to City Hall in your minivan with your reverse bob and then go complain to the mayor?
What this means is they entice these kids with the benefits that the military offers, a college education and a livable wage, and they bring them in because they know that those benefits are most appealing to those kids.
Of course they're appealing. If you're living in the projects and you can only afford clothes from the Salvation Army and the only food you're getting is from the free meal programs in high school and grade school, you're damn right you're gonna try to get out of that by any means possible, to include the military option, right?
Exactly. And this is coming from a person who got bused to those ghetto schools. And as I said, being from Norfolk, Virginia, that our Eastern Fleet, our main Eastern fucking fleet is right there at Norfolk. Everyone wanted to choose the military path. Everyone. Because it was an easy way to go in for a couple of years, serve your time, and have your GI Bill to pay for your college. You can actually, did you know this, bitch? They encourage you to go to school while you're in the military. Even after I got out of the Army, because I was still a government contractor working on computers and RAID systems and everything else. That I was working for a company called Smart Tech that was, through Unisys, and I was on base a lot. Had a higher than top secret clearance, multiple badges. I would go to the El Paso Intelligence Center that I know for a fact most of y'all would never get a goddamn clearance to ever go into. I went to I had to repair computers and systems and networks in most of the intelligence centers here that you need to have a higher than top secret clearance to even get into. And good Lord, got all completely sidetracked. I said these damn medications are still in my system for my surgery. Thing is, in the time that I was in the military, even after I was in the military as a civilian, a government contractor, I was asked numerous times to give speeches to a lot of these enlisted, because there were people, I'm still asked to give speeches and everything and talks to a lot of these guys who can't wait to get out. I hate it. I can't believe I joined the military. What the fuck did I do? First question I ask them is, how well did you score on your testing? Well, I didn't score that well. So you didn't come in with any kind of a degree, even trade school. You didn't come in with any kind of credits. You didn't come in with any kind of extra school, so that way on your testing, even coming in the military, that you weren't just going to come in as a fucking grunt, that you weren't just going to come in as a fucking mechanic, as a driver. You didn't do any kind of prep work before you fucking joined. No? Why? You didn't, and the whole time that you were in, you didn't go out of your way to make yourself a standout. You didn't go out of your way to do any kind of extra schooling while you were in, because they will even pay for your school while the fuck you're serving. You didn't do any of that. What the fuck were you doing the whole time? Because as I said, the whole time they're talking shit. Oh, I can't wait to get the fuck out. This was a mistake. And it's like, no, bitch, what the fuck were you doing the whole time? Let me guess. Drinking and partying with your friends the whole fucking time that you were off basically the clock. Because we're basically on the clock all the time when you're military. But The whole time you had time to yourself. You didn't take any kind of extra schooling, nothing. You didn't advance yourself. You didn't stand out. You didn't do any of that shit. I hate to tell you, bitch, but that ain't the first sergeant's fault. That ain't the commander's fault. That's your dumbass fault. Dude, you only signed up for 3 fucking years, 3 or 4 fucking years, but you turned around and married your fucking sweetheart and shit. No school going in, no rank going in, you know, no drive going in, no initiative going in. But oh my God, you married your fucking sweetheart and knocked her up, getting this fucking sports car that you could barely afford and everything. Hate to tell you, motherfucker, but ain't nobody's fault but yours. Don't be blaming the military for choices you fucking made. It's like, dude, I'm like, one of the first people I had to lecture. It was like, are you being forced out? It's like, no, they're trying to re-sign me and everything. For what? At least another what? Well, at least another 2 years. Dude, fucking resign, get your bonus, go to school during the whole time. Well, then that means, it would extend my military service by at least another 2 years. Yes, but you will have rank at that point, which means you will do less work because you'll have rank and people underneath you. God, oh my God. As I said, I was born military, raised military, married to the military, was a military contractor. You take advantage of every opportunity, especially when you got somebody who's fucking paying for it. Free fucking school, free college. Why the hell wouldn't you take that? And the whole time you're getting a paycheck, the whole time you're going through this, you're gaining right. Oh my God, I got a lot of my friends who, man, they're getting re-signing bonuses like a motherfucker. They're getting offers. My brother, my bro, the whole time that he was getting out, they were throwing money at him to stay in. That's how powerful his just his rank, but just his knowledge. He knew more than everybody here. Even the whole time that he was getting out, even in the time he got out, fucking commander, first sergeant, calling him up because he was living with me at the time he had gotten out. And I'm like, why is your phone just blowing up and shit? And he's like, they keep trying to call me to come back in. They're literally calling me, even though I prepped them for the last 4 fucking months of me getting out. Nobody knows how to do my job, even though I prepped them for it. They are begging me to come back in. They are like, hey, we know that you're out, but can you come in and work on this? Can you come in and trade this guy how to do this? It's like, I thought I already did that. They were throwing hundreds of thousands of dollars at him to stay in. That's what you do. You make a name for yourself. Even when I got out, which I will admit was literally one of the biggest mistakes I have ever fucking made, and I'll admit it. Definitely one of the biggest mistakes I ever made. I wish I could go back and redo it. I really do. Just one of my biggest mistakes.
Think the government provides education to those who can't afford it. Ooh, I know. Go on, drill sergeant. By volunteering so that we can be compensated with fair wages, free housing, and educational benefits, such as paying off student loans, military distance learning classes, which are for free, and footing the bill for college tuition. Some individuals get additional money on top of that just for living expenses. Oh, we're the bad guys.
Once they have those kids enticed in the military, you take something called the ASVAB.
It's the ASVAB, bitch. Nobody calls it the ASVAB. It's the ASVAB. Again, why do they let fucking retard? This is the shit that YouTube should turn around and fucking remove. This shit right here. When they want to turn around and go after these people and flag their fucking videos and shit. that bitch's video should have been flagged. But of course, we know that YouTube, Facebook, we know all of y'all are part of the fucking Democratic fucking socialist bullshit. And these are the people you want. Dumb fucking retarded lemmings. Right there. That's what you want.
They call it the ASVAB. Nobody just says ASVAB. It's ASVAB.
The ASVAB basically measures what rank they want to put you in.
Nope. It's not your rank, it's your MOS. It's not your rank, it's your MOS. But again, fucking civilians don't know jack shit, but running their fucking mouth.
And what unit they want to put you in the military.
No, it has nothing to do with unit either. Oh, God damn it, I swear to God, we should just fucking put a grenade in these fucking these dumbass snowflakes' mouths and pull the pin. Just seriously.
All right, but I see you caught yourself there.
And so obviously, if you've had a poor upbringing, you've had less of an access to education, you're going to score.
No. Let's rewind that. Let's rewind what the bitch said.
And what unit they want to put you in the military.
That's not right, but I see you caught yourself there.
And so obviously, if you've had a poor upbringing, you've had less of an access to education, you're going to score poorer on this exam.
That is absolutely false. That is absolutely false. I went 4th, 5th, and 6th to these poor ghetto schools and had the same teachers, same textbooks, same education that these ghetto people had. And I was an A honor roll student. Same teachers, same textbooks, same lesson plan. I got straight A's. There were people there, and I've told this story before. There were people there who lived in that ghetto neighborhood who went to those schools, also made straight A's. So please don't fucking up here and lie that they do not have access. A lot of the schools that my kids went to here in El Paso, here in central, well, I'm on the east side now, but in central El Paso, you think, where am I at? That way, central El Paso, my kids made, well, my son did, my daughter struggled. She was like a C, B plus C student, but my son, A honor roll student. He went to those fucking schools, same as everybody else. He actually also got in the GT program. I was one of the council members on the GT program, making sure that my kid did what he needed to do to keep his damn grades. My son was a straight A honor roll student, GT, all of that fucking shit. Excelled at every goddamn thing. But he went to one of the neighborhood that we lived in. All the schools he went to were these poor schools. And my kid did great. So don't be sitting here talking about just because it's a poverty area that they can't bust their ass. And I don't want to hear anybody turn around and going, oh, well, because maybe their parents weren't as smart. My parents were dumber than dirt. Heart, drive, and all that shit. My mom was a chef. Great. My dad, of course, because of his military career, which I still have to this day have no idea what the fuck he actually did. Because when the FBI were investigating me for my top secret clearance, they couldn't even pull up my dad's military file. I didn't even know that shit. They were asking me, what the fuck, what did your dad do in the military? Because we couldn't even get into his file. And I was like, your guess is as good as mine, because this is the first I'm fucking hearing of this shit. So, and my dad came from the poor country. So did my mom, both from the poor fucking country. But I was still smarter than both of my parents. My parent, well, you probably did good, Mark, because your parents were fucking smart and your parents were probably helping you with your schoolwork. For one, my mom busted her ass. She was always working, so she was never there. My dad was there, but he was a fucking prick. So he didn't help out. He didn't give a shit. So me and my brother did awesome on our schoolwork. We were both straight A students, me and my older brother. Nobody helped us. We were just naturally fucking smart. We did the work. So I don't want to sit here and just And as I said, I went to those schools. I knew those people who lived in, we're talking ghetto, downtown Norfolk, fucking ghetto. And a lot of those fucking poor black living in the projects still made AB honor roll. So don't be giving me this bullshit, you stupid white privilege bitch, that oh, just because they live in these neighborhoods, that they're automatically going to do bad. So you check your privilege at the door for saying something so goddamn racist.
Not true. There are 9 different categories that determine your eligibility for different tasks in the military. You got mathematical, you got electronics, you got cars. You think preppy kids in the suburbs know anything about putting cars together? Word knowledge, paragraph comprehension, and assembling objects. Because shapes are for the wealthy. Poor people don't know what squares are. You think Jethro from the middle of East Bumfuck, Tennessee knows what a triangle is? There's no way. Who taught you shapes, you poor son of a bitch?
They take those kids that score poor on the exam, they put them in a rank called 11 Bravo.
Poor scores get the rank of 11 Bravo.
Bitch, it's not a rank. That's an MOS. That's the job. 11 Bravo is the job. It's not the rank, you dumb bitch. Oh my God. Why? Seriously, there should be a category on Facebook of things that certain people should not be allowed to talk about. They should be flagged and their videos removed. One of those things is I would love to be one of those fucking people working at YouTube who views and reviews videos, because I'd be like, no, we're removing her video. People who talk about the military but don't know what the fuck they're talking about, we're flagging it and like maybe not removing it, but saying this bitch has no idea what the fuck she's talking about. Don't listen to her. It's satire. You know, even though she means what she's saying, we should flag it as satire because she means it. She just has no fucking clue what the hell she's saying.
This civilian might have fell down too many flights of stairs as a child, but that insult was top tier. Unfortunately, you're wrong again, Karen Jr. 11 Bravo is an MLS or military occupation specialty. It's your job, not a rank. And even though we love gigging on the infantry for being a bunch of dummies, hundreds of thousands of well-educated men and now women have chosen voluntarily the job of 11 Bravo.
Yes, I knew a lot of 11 Bravo who definitely didn't have to go 11 Bravo, but as I said earlier in my video, they did it on purpose. They had the intelligence, the heart, and the guile to do a different MOS. A totally different MOS, and they went 11 Bravo on purpose to serve. They wanted to be in the trenches. There are people who volunteered for that type of MOS to do. One of my friends, Gilbert, deliberately went combat. He fucking went combat on purpose just so he felt he was serving the country. So at the time, I stayed quiet about what my MOS was, being intelligence, you know. And he asked me eventually, because we were all bowling together, and he eventually, it was all either active duty or vets on this team, on our team. And I was like, I'm just going to be quiet. And he was like, so what did you do? And I was like, well, I was, 98 golf. I was, intelligence and everything else. And he was like, Mark, why didn't you say what you did? And I was like, because I wasn't hardcore like you guys. I could have been. They literally kept throwing, because of my psychological profile, they kept throwing at me special forces. They kept throwing that at me because of my psychological profile. If you don't know what I mean by that, then just whatever. And he goes, you still served a purpose. You still served a fucking job. He goes, I don't ever want to hear you ever again downplay your MOS. Every job in the fucking military serves a fucking purpose. He goes, we can't do our job without you doing your job. He goes, so I don't ever want to hear you downplay. And it brought tears to my eyes, because here you got like fucking 3 combat veterans literally telling me that, Mark, your job was just as fucking important as ours, which is something I never really thought, and definitely not on these hardcore fucking hua soldier. I never thought I was anywhere like that. And here they are literally lecturing me, telling me we can't do our job without y'all doing your job. So I was like, man, that fuck yeah, that meant a lot. But for that dumb bitch to be sitting here going, oh, they just put you in 11 Bravo. There are a lot of people, thousands of people who don't have to fucking go 11 Bravo that do it voluntarily. They want to be in the trenches. They want to know that they served, that they actually were on the front lines protecting our country and our way of life. But again, fucking civilians just don't know jack shit.
Just a couple of weeks ago, a young lad came into my buddy's recruiting office and said, hey, recruiter, I want to be in the infantry. Now, this kid scored in the high 90s on the ASVAB. So my friend, the recruiter, goes, hey, kid, why do you want to join the infantry? And he responds with the best answer I've ever heard, because I'm tired of being a bitch.
And that's another, there was a lot of people that I served with that is kind of what they felt. I'm talking about, these were some of the most, just from the moment from day one at basic, that they were bullied in school. They were bullied throughout their life. Coming in the military and deliberately going like 11 Bravo, deliberately going infantry, deliberately going to do a job that would put them on the front lines because they were tired of being a bitch. They were tired of being picked on, and they busted their ass. I'm talking about coming in as like 110, 115 pounds, and by the time we fucking got out of there, dude, there was this one girl, because it was co-ed. There was this one girl who was about my age. She mother of 3 kids, about my age, couldn't do a single push-up on date. I mean, couldn't do a single push-up. And halfway through basic was pumping out fucking push-ups and sit-ups like she'd been doing it her whole life. So proud of that girl. Then there was another girl who was like maybe 98 pounds. She cried when we went out to the range for the first time. I mean, you got those of us who grew up hunting, who grew up shooting guns and bow hunting and things, but she had never ever fired a gun before. She's crying. She's literally crying. I didn't join the military. She joined the military to go medical. So go to San Antonio, Fort Med, the way we call it. And so she's like, I didn't join the military to shoot a gun. And we're all looking at her like, bitch, the military is your job first. Your MOS is second. Military first, MOS second. So you better pick up that fucking weapon and shoot that damn thing. And she's all afraid. As I said, she was this tiny, like 98 pounds, tiny ass fucking mixed black girl. And she's bawling, crying, just bawling, crying. And we're on the range. And she's like, oh no, it's gonna knock me on my ass and all this other stuff. And he had her go first. And he literally is just yelling. Sergeant Nadeau is like fucking yelling at her. Just fire the weapon. Just fire the fucking weapon. Just fire the weapon. And she pulled the trigger. And of course, it literally is like, just pook. You know, that was it. That was it. She fired the weapon. It was just like, pook. And she was like, what just happened? He goes, you fired the weapon. And she was like, what? That was nothing. And he goes, yeah, what the hell did you think was going to happen? And she was like thinking that it was going to throw her like 20 feet back and all this other shit, you know, and stuff. And he let her. Oh my God, this was Sergeant Nadeau, Sergeant Decker were two, they won every fucking award you could win. Drill Sergeant of the Quarter, Drill Sergeant, I mean, they won every fucking award you could win. We got laughed at by the other drill sergeants and the other fucking companies. We got laughed at because we got them as our drill sergeants. They were known as the meanest drill sergeants on Fort Leonard Wood. But I'll tell you right now, I will never take back the experience. I will go through it fucking again. I will never take it back. On graduation day, Sergeant Decker and Sergeant Nadeau literally looked at the other platoons in the company and said, those motherfuckers didn't earn their graduation. The hell that we put you through, you fuckers earned your graduation. The other drill, oh man, literally put down the other drill sergeants to their faces. And they were just like, stood there and fucking took it. That's how hardcore Sergeants Nadeau and Decker were. It just fucking insulted the other drill sergeants to their faces. And the other drill sergeants just shut up and took it because they were the meanest drill sergeants on the damn base. But Sergeant Nadeau literally just told her to empty the magazine. He goes, he just fucking just shoot. Just fucking clear that mag. Just fucking shoot so you get used to what's going on. And she, 98 pounds, this fucking little girl, just was like, ah! And she started crying again, but crying. She didn't even want to leave the range. She was like, this is awesome. She was like, I hated weapons. I hated weapons before. I did bow hunting. I shot guns, yes, but I could not stand guns growing up. I always loved shooting bow because I always felt that that was more hunting than using a gun. But I mean, firing the M16, oh my God, man, love that damn weapon. I want one. To this day, I still haven't gotten one. I mean, I've got my AR-15, but I want another M16A2. Oh my God, I just love that fucking thing. It was just beautiful. I could strip that bitch blindfolded, strip it, oil it, oil it, and put that bitch back together blindfolded in under 2 minutes. Fucking, oh my God, love that damn weapon. Actually, I'm about under a minute and a half. Because me and my friends used to challenge each other. But just, oh my God, let me rewind it again because this bitch was just, oh, she's so stupid.
Friend, the recruiter goes, hey kid, why do you want to join the infantry? And he responds with the best answer I've ever heard, because I'm tired of being a bitch. Hell yes! That kid's got to be a general someday, and I pray to God that those words are etched on his tombstone, because I'm tired of being a bitch. Screw Army of One, we just join the Army if you're tired of being a bitch.
They nicknamed it 11B for 11 bullet catcher.
11 bullet catchers? Oh my God, this idiot's making me crack.
I have never in my entire life, I'm talking about from the time being born and raised a Navy brat to this day, I have never heard of 11 bullet catcher. Ever. I was born, raised, married to, was military, still spend a lot of, I still work with active duty and other veterans, helping them out with a lot of VA Veterans Affairs matters and stuff. And in all of my 49 years, have I ever heard of 11 bullet catcher? Where the fuck are you civilians getting this shit? Yep.
I don't know if this is sweat rolling down my eyes or tears from laughter from this dolt. 11 Bang Bang is the slang term for 11 Bravo or infantryman. And the nickname is just bullet catcher, not 11 bullet catcher. Stop trying to act like you know who we are while you're jacking up all of our verbiage. I'm getting the feeling that this shit-stained female talked to an Air Force recruiter, because only an Air Force recruiter could make some high school, high-waisted jeans, visco girl so obnoxiously arrogant about being wrong.
I was intelligence, and we still used to pick on Air Force, even though we're all there. All of us were there. All of us are intelligence. All of us are there. We all used to we're in Monterey, California at the intelligence school in Monterey. Air Force had do you have any idea how beautiful the weather is in Monterey, California? It is gorgeous. absolutely gorgeous, like all year round. Fucking, I want to retire there. It is just, oh my God, expensive as fuck, but oh my God. And fucking Air Force had maids. They were allowed to have purple. They were allowed to dye their hair. When I saw, we were like, whoa, is that like, is that uniform? What the fuck? And it's like, oh, that's Air Force. They get maids. They can color their hair. Fucking Air Force. Oh my God, fucking Air Force. Fuck the Air Force. Don't need a goddamn Air Force. We don't need an Air Force. Navy has its own fucking planes. The Marines have their own fucking planes. Army has its own fucking planes. We have never needed an Air Force. Ever. We don't need it. They dismantle the fucking Air Force because we don't need a goddamn Air Force. Period. Why? Why do we need an Air Force? Army, Marines, and Navy have their own jets. We have our own jets. Why the fuck do you need a goddamn Air Force?
Systematically take in and kill our poor people first, but y'all aren't ready to talk about that.
Oh my God, you're like so deep, Haley. So deep. Hey, did somebody ask Jesus if he's done with that cross? Because Haley can't wait to go die on one for the disenfranchised poor youth. Let's go one-on-one, Haley. God could have easily decimated your logical Alex Jones rambling of the military-industrial complex in about 2 seconds. But I enjoyed the verbal seizure you're having too much in your bathroom in order to pull blood, like I'm sure you'll do to your elderly grandmother, so that way you can get that inheritance and not have to worry about paying for college. Night-night. But the flaw in your erratic lyrical latrine letdown is this. If you get the minimum score on the STFU and pass, 11 Bravo isn't the only job you can choose from. You can be an MP, an engineer, a cook, supply, a cat scout, or a wheel mechanic. Half of those aren't even combat related, so your hair tossing facts and air quotes don't mean jack diddly. And before you start shitting out all those jobs, Haley, I'd like to point out that this massive son of a bitch came in the United States Army and currently cooks for the President of the United States. I'm willing to bet you couldn't handle an afternoon snack of runny eggs at the state penitentiary.
Oh, I am, as I said, I'm highly medicated, still not feeling well from the fucking spinal shots I got this morning. But seeing this video, I just had to make my own video because I'm so sick and tired of these fucking civilians that don't know goddamn shit about the fucking military, but running their fuck. I have been educating civilians since the time I was a fucking child. I've been educating goddamn civilians about the military, about what it's like on base, about, you know, just seriously, civilians, shut the fuck up about shit you don't know. Yes, everybody's entitled to an opinion. Everybody's got an asshole, but we sure as hell don't want to smell your shit. So shut the fuck up.